Halo Wars, released on 26th of February of 2009. Its story was about 21 years before Halo say, the early wars between humans and Covenants on Harvest Planet by UNSC's Captain, Cutter. He deployed UNSC's forces at Alpha Base by Sergeant Forge. While Forge was patrolling the northern region, the base was attacked by Covenants and survivors were escaping and surrounding the area. After that, Forge led an attack by Survivor to get back the base in operational situation. Then, Forge has discovered Forerunner relic that it was occupied by Covenants and he planned an assault to that place for cleaning the area from Covenants. After that, Dr. Anders checked that Forerunner relic and figured that Covenants wanted to attack to a UEG colony called Arcadia. Andres convinces Captain Cutter to go to Arcadia. When they reach that colony, the orbital defense ships has defeated. Sergeant Forge and his forces have deployed on it to help Spartans for evacuating civilians from Arcadia by via cargo transportation. After that, Covenants built a giant shield to hide a scrap superweapon but UNSC's forces destroyed that. In this way, the Arbiter kidnapped Andres. Forge and Spartans have returned to ship, then they got a signal of Andres from Planet of Unknown star system. Then, they traveled to that planet but its surface has infested by some proscites, floods. Suddenly, they have activated a strange gate and they felt down to interior planet and they faced a flood's assaults. After that, Sentinels of Forerunners were activated and they started to clear any infection. Also they wanted to destroy the humans. While the activating of Guardians, Andres has escaped through a transportation and she was saved by Forge, Spartans and UNSC's forces. Cutter has decided to destroy the Forerunner fleet instead of allowing the Covenants to use it through a reactor that it was formulated by Andres. Before providing the nuclear core, Forge and Spartans has faced of Arbiter and its elite soldiers. They started fighting with each other and Arbiter was terminated by Forge and the core damaged a little but it was enough for escaping. After that, Forge volunteered for defending the ships from Covenants. Happily, ship and its crew has escaped from planet without Forge and Forerunner's fleet has destroyed, so Covenants couldn't use that. Halo Reach, published on 14th September of 2010. Its story was about that a group of Spartans, called Noble Team, has sent to research why the communication of Sword Base interrupted. They figured that Covenant has been attacked to Reach planet. Because of that, Noble Team with Commander, Noble 6, located there for defending that base from Covenant assault. After repelling, they have met Dr. Catherine Halsey, a scientist of UNSC's plans such as Spartans programs. She commanded to Noble Team for engaging enemies that they have suspected to Sword Base for retrieving data from there. June and Noble 6 have discovered an invasion forces. Next day, UNSC's forces has defeat them. Then, Spartans assisted strike forces to terminate artillery stations and command posts. Suddenly, a hidden Covenant ship with superweapon has arrived. Jorge and Noble 6 went to that ship silently for terminating that. While the detonator was ready to launch, Jorge thrown Noble 6 from there and he stayed there to explode that ship completely and he didn't get back from there. On the planet, Noble Team were helping Alexandria to evacuate civilians by a cargo transportation. When they have reunited, sadly Kat has been killed by a Covenant sniper. The remained Spartans got back to Sword Base and Halsey redirected them to an ancient alien underground. They have been entrusted for transporting Cortana. It has been made by Halsey, and all UNSC's datas to Pillar of Autumn. June left the team for escorting Dr. Halsey. In the way of Pillar of Autumn, Carter wounded while he was riding fighter. Then he saved 2 remained Spartan sacrifices for escorting that ship. When they reached ship ride, Emil used mass driver against Covenant's fighters. After that, Noble 6 gave Cortana to Autumn's captain, Jacob Keyes. Pillar of Autumn succeed to escape from planet and after traveling with light speed, they discovered that ring ship area, Halo. Then the Halo Say events are started. Before escaping ship, Noble 6 stayed on the planet for defending from Covenant. He fought for several times but unfortunately, he killed for humanity's victories in future. Halo 3 ODST, was published on 22nd of September in 2009. At the beginning, Dutch, Romeo and Mickey was talking about Covenant supercarrier above New Mombasa then Buck and Dare arrived however, Rookie was sleeping. Then they entered to their HE versus and were thrown towards there. Dare changed her ways, then Covenant ship has arrived and it sent a shock waves to ODST team. That team have missed each vice versa Rookie became unconscious for 6 hours. Buck, Romeo, Mickey and Dutch found each other but they couldn't find Dare and Rookie. They started following them. In another scenes, Rookie was waked and assisted by City's maintenance AI. Then he followed his footprints team and he figured what happened to them. Suddenly he received signal from Dare and he moved towards her. In another dialogue, United ODST team was fighting with Covenant, Romeo wounded seriously. Afterthought they hijacked a Covenant starship. In this way, Buck stayed at the city for discovering Dare and another mates left him towards UNSC forces. Back to Rookie, he found Dare that she was defending from Covenant engineer. She explained to him, these creatures are biological supercomputers that they enslaved by Covenant. Her mission changed to escort that engineer. After that, they reunited with Buck, then they ran from city. Their teammates has arrived and assisted them to leave there. Then they watched Covenant ships were destroying city and excavating a massive alien artifact.